but I had time to do my hair. I got a new kitty cat sweatshirt, and I'm about to review some nail polishes that I absolutely love and I think is my new favorite multichrome formula. So spoilers, let's just jump into the video because I already spoiled the whole thing. Welcome back to Ruby on Nails, and today I have the Cirque Colors Superfuture collection, which is kind of an extension of a previous collection that they launched a little while ago. And as I just said, it is my favorite multi-chrome collection I have ever had the pleasure of using. Oh my god, let me just break it down a little bit for you as to why I love this collection. The first point is the color range in the Superfuture collection is amazing. If you've watched a previous video where I review a different multi-chrome collection, one of my biggest critiques was that a lot of the multi-chromes looked very similar to each other. And I didn't like that because, like, I don't know, multi-chromes, you could get a really nice color spectrum and I just wasn't seeing that. I'm so happy that this collection has an excellent color range. There are teals, reds, orange, yellows, purples, greens, and a beautiful coppery color. The second point is that this formula was super easy to use. The other critique that I had in that video was that the formula wasn't super user-friendly. Like, if this was your first nail polish collection, your first nail polish, it would have been very difficult for you to use as it was thick, it was streaky, and just overall was, you know, I mean, they're nice polishes and all, but they weren't easy to use. However, this formula was incredibly smooth. It was surprisingly opaque, which, oh my god, it's like a first time for any multichrome I've ever used. Like, 2 coaters, and I have long nails. And they didn't have that streakiness issue that I find a lot of other multichromes across the board brand-wise has an issue with streakiness. However, these polishes, while there was some streakiness, it wasn't as obvious. You know what I mean? You're gonna see the swatches, so you'll see. And then the other thing, and unfortunately every video that I've taken personally and videos that I've seen on this collection hasn't been able to truly capture the magnificent color shift, because these are some of the shiftiest multichromes I've ever had the pleasure of using, and honestly it was a pleasure using these polishes. Go on Cirque Colors website, look at the pictures. Those pictures are incredibly accurate. Like, sometimes I see a multi-chrome picture and I'm like, that's edited, especially when I get it, and I'm like, there's some shiftiness, but you know, it's not as shifty. I'm saying the word shifty. Do not take a shot every time I say shifty. Or maybe do. But these multi-chromes are incredibly shifty, and I find that the Cirque Colors photographs on their website are probably the most accurate representation that you're gonna get. So I'm just going to lead with that. But with that, you know, let's jump into the swatches, and today I do have a nail art tutorial to show you. Didn't go exactly as planned, but it's a fun way to use multichrome, so I thought I would just throw that in this video as well. Let's just jump into this swatching footage. I wanted to say swatching tutorial, but it's not a tutorial on swatching. Let's jump into it, finally. I keep saying let's jump into it, so let's jump into it. Well, that got super unhinged by the end of that, but to kick off this swatch party, I am going to be using Cirque Colors Get Ready Basecoat. It is a long-lasting base coat, and I do find that it helps with the staining from colors. Our first polish from the Superfuture collection is Monolith. I absolutely adore this polish. It was one of the few polishes that I thought could possibly use a third coat, but I found that 2 coats was opaque enough. And I really like how it's kind of a silvery green with a kind of bronzy shift. I am going to be inserting a photo of what that shift looks like, even though I still suggest you head over to Cirque's website because they just were able to capture the true beauty and the full color range in that shifty shift. For all of my swatches today, I am going to be using Seche V's Quick Dry Top Coat because I'm out of my Holotaco top coat, but this one works just fine for these videos. I am super excited to have this polish in my collection as none of my other multichromes look like this, but let's see what else is out there. Grooving right along, we have Genesis, which shifts from a yellow to orange to pink to a nice kind of reddish magenta shade, as you can see here in this particular swatching lighting. I do need 2 coats for this polish, but if you have shorter nails, you might be able to get away with 1 coat. But you'd still have issues of streakiness that a second coat would really finesse out. I like this polish a lot. I thought it was the most similar to the last multichrome collection that I have swatched on this channel, but it was still a delightful polish. But check out that photo right there. You can really see the color range. I'm still having a hard time picking my favorite polish from this collection, but I really kind of think it's origin unknown. It is just one of those classic multichromes that goes from green to teal to purple, and I always really love that color combo. In this particular formula, it was a little sheer on the first coat, but a second coat really fixed that up. And even though I'm getting nail polish everywhere, this polish looked absolutely stunning with a glossy top coat. And something I want to mention is that all of these polishes dry extremely shiny, so once you put that top coat on, these polishes look out of the world. Out of this world, this universe. Life on Mars is the reason why I can't decide if Origin Unknown is my favorite polish from this collection or not. It has this beautiful burnt brick red that shifts to a coppery orange to a yellow if you get the light just right. I really adore this polish. I don't see this kind of multichrome very often, and when I do see it, it's not executed all that nicely. I absolutely adore this formula. It really comes through in this particular polish. As you can see, the shininess is out of this world, out of this galaxy, and out of this universe. It's just such a fun multichrome that I'm gonna be wearing in the summer. And of course, we couldn't have a galaxy-themed collection without a good green. Singularity is that green. It has this yellowy bronze to olive green shift, which is the most subtle out of the entire collection, but is still a shockingly beautiful polish. I really like this polish, and even though it seems a little sheer on this first coat, a second and third coat really amps up that individual glittery appearance that we're seeing right here in the swatch. And this polish was honestly probably the easiest to film. As you can see towards the tip of my nail, we're getting the hint of that olive green, but definitely check out that photo right there to get the full experience. While this is our last swatch, it's definitely no reason to be sad because our video's nowhere near being done. This is Time Traveler, and if you're getting a TARDIS vibe, so am I, and David Tennant was the best doctor, or Tom Baker. But this is a beautiful blueberry blue to purple shift, and I know I complained about a multichrome very similar in this, but this one, the shift is so apparent, it's blinding, and you can really see it in the camera right now as it shifts from blueberry to purple very easily. I like this color a lot, and again, I have top 3 polishes, okay? Every time I review a collection, I just have a top 3 that I absolutely adore. Now that you've seen the swatches, you still don't know how pretty these polishes are, but I am going to show you this really neat way to use multichromes, and it is going to be reverse stamping. However, I don't see multichromes getting used for reverse stamping a whole lot, so I thought it would be fun to do like a nail polish reverse stamping tutorial. So let's jump into that now. Man, with how many times I say let's jump into things, I could turn this into a whole workout routine or a drinking game. I think I prefer the drinking game. But to kick off this tutorial, I am going to be using Besame Cosmetics Smoothing Base Coat because 1, it smells good, and 2, it's actually a really good base coat. And then I'm going to apply a single coat of 1 coat black because that's all you need. And I think I'm kind of over the days where I want really thick nails, so applying 2 coats is just unnecessary here. But if you like 2 coats, go ahead and apply 2 coats. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not the nail polish police. Or maybe I am, and I'm trying to trick you into admitting something. Now this is going to be a reverse stamping tutorial, so if you struggle with that, check out the video in the cards above. to have a more in-depth tutorial because I don't have time for that right now, but I do want you to know how to do it, so check out that video. The stamping polish I am going to be using is Blanc My Mind from What's Up Nails. It is a very nice white stamping polish, and I've had very little issues with streakiness when applying not the Seche Vite top coat because the alcohol level in that top coat really smears everything and anything. Once my polish has been scraped over the design and then picked up by my rubber stamper, I'm going to take a teeny tiny brush and I'm going to fill in 2 spaces with each multichrome. Now there will be some gaps afterwards, but I initially do this because I want to make sure that I can fit as many of these colors in as possible because I do really like it when I can use an entire collection for a nail art tutorial. I think it really demonstrates how versatile collections can be, and I know that some people have some problems with conceptualizing how to use certain nail polishes, especially when you are just getting into nail art. I know I had a lot of difficulty with that in my early years, but now that I'm kind of a pro, very big a pro, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding on how to make these designs the most accessible to you, and honestly, when you can jam as much multichromes in as possible, I feel like that's always a good thing because you're gonna get more of a rainbow. And because I'm impatient, we have a couple of broken bottles. I didn't wait long enough for my multichromes to dry, so that's why you're seeing these quote-unquote broken bottles. They're not smeared, they're just broken, and that's totally on purpose. After cleaning away all of the excess stamp, I am going to put on a nice thick top coat just to seal these bad boys away. This would look really good with a matte top coat, however, I'm currently out and my shipment doesn't get here until next week, so next week we'll say matte top coats again. But, you know, I think it's important to show you when I make mistakes because a lot of the times they're very explainable and, you know, they don't always turn out to be a bad thing. I kind of like the accent now. While this nail art look didn't go exactly as planned, I still really like how it looks overall. Thank you so much for watching these swatches and nail art tutorials. I hope you like this collection as much as I did. Did you pick it up? I know this collection came out last week already, and what do you guys think about it? Does Cirque Colors have this like fabulous multi-chrome formula that nobody's really talking about, or is it just me? Am I just learning this? That's probably the case. But anyway, tell me if you picked up any of these polishes, what was your favorite color, or are you planning on picking up these polishes in the future? This is a permanent addition to their line, so it's not going to be discontinued anytime soon, and it's not limited edition, which I know can kind of limit access to who can get what. But with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. Bye. I feel like Jenna Marbles today, which we aim for every day. I don't know if you just saw me spit, but I sure did see myself spit pretty badly. Whoa.